Gentlemen, we are in Rezekne. I will not start by telling you details about the city. I hope Mayor will emphasize a few more things. But this is a city of great infrastructure, also very important meaning of Latgale, also of all the region and all the Latvia. And it is not only a city with great modern architecture, also traditional architecture. I would like to draw your attention to some advantages of Latvia as such and region in particular. I cannot avoid to talk about Riga as well. So Riga Airport, for instance, is one of the fastest growing airports in the region. The airport traffic has been increasing so steadily that we have more connections and more passenger turnover than Lithuania and Estonia together. Sorry for those Lithuanians. Here is Deputy Mayor of Panevėžys and others. So in one area, we are obvious champions, so we are proud of. A bit about objective area where we are. We are members of NATO, we are members of European Union, we are members of European Monetary Union, World Bank. Basically, Latvia is member of all the international organizations where we wanted to be. We are now on our way to OECD, so that's enough. We don't want to be perhaps a member of more organizations. We want to be good member of those where we are, and there are certain benefits. Some advantages, I will skip through some advantages what I really think are worth to remember. First of all, we have one of the lowest overall tax burden. Overall tax burden in Latvia is rather low. In particular, corporate income tax is one of the lowest. Politicians discuss that social taxes should be even decreased, thus making production here more effective. I cannot avoid to mention that we had, of course, crisis. We were suffering a lot. If you see the figures, we were having double-digit GDP growth rate, and then all of a sudden more than that fall. Imagine in 2 years, economy shrinking for 1/3, and there was no revolution. We were not behaving like some other countries, like Greece, for instance. We were introducing austerity measures, and all of a sudden, same government was re-elected, which is an indication that society believes in course, in the direction we have taken, and steady development now again takes place. We live in a vibrant cosmopolitan country and city. This picture, for instance, is not from Riga, it's here, Rezekne. And I would like to emphasize that all the country is cosmopolitan country where sidewalk pulses, where business really plays special role, but we have leisure options, we have culture, tourism, nightlife, shopping, sports, everything is available. So Latvia is not a nice country to do business with, it is also a good country to live. And that is why presence of international investors or companies, I wouldn't call it investors, they are manufacturers, service providers, keen to do things they can at their best. So if you see this picture, this chart, you can observe which countries are champions who invest more. Swedes, by the way, are champions, 21%. There is stereotype in the air that, for instance, we depend very much on Russia's investment. We depend very much on trade, on friendly trade with our big neighbor, but not exactly on investment because it is not overwhelming large, only 6%, a bit more, around 7% investment from Russia, including investment in Gazprom and other. So main investors in our country are Scandinavians, Germans, also Americans, not on a chart. We need to grow a bit more. This was a message to American embassy. We wish more international money here, but not only finances. We really want new working ethics, entrance to new markets, and well-connected network. Okay, I give you some more reasons. Financial incentives were mentioned by Minister. We have structural funds available, and that's not all what we have. We have special economic zones. Rezekne is one of them. The only zone at the moment which is not a port. We have 3 special economic zones in a port, but I'll show you it in a picture in a slide. Significant advantages of depreciation rate are available. I will not zoom into details. If any of you would like to know it in more detail, we will be delighted to give you exact picture. So available human resources. Rezekne television, Latgale television was asking me that why business forum takes place here. We have such a high unemployment rate. That's available human resource. And here interests are not exactly identical. Politicians and we all Latvians wish that we would all be employed, but foreign investors sometimes want to find employees and workers, and here are great opportunities. So I would like to mention not only available human resources, also motivated, also skilled, educated. In general, Latvians are well educated. It has to do with expectations of our parents to their children. We are traditionally well-educated nation. Illiteracy rate is extremely low here in our country. I talk around the main subject. Basically, we all know, supposing you are business people here, and the main topic, of course, is money. We would like, sometimes people wonder, aren't you civil servant? Yes, I'm head of investment and development agency. I am civil servant, but we are sales organization. We sell our country and we concentrate on positive features. So I really would like to give you some reasons why invest in our country, not necessarily money, your attention, buy our products, to do trade with our country. Also not Latvia only, but I said only, not only Riga or central Latvia, but Rezekne, Latgale region plays a special role. I really think it makes sense. So it fits. Rezekne definitely fits. It's favorable, convenient, number of reasons. The hard facts. I have been in pan-Baltic conferences where Lithuanians speak, Estonians speak. We basically say more or less the same. We are close to Baltic Sea, good country, well connected. I wanted to emphasize some features where we think we are slightly different. One, I even made a name for it, plug and play. It is rather a low level of bureaucracy. You can register a company in one day. You just go to Register of Enterprises, register a company. To get through all the bureaucracy, it means there is almost no bureaucracy. With tax authorities, open account in a bank, and have your VAT register, everything within one day. So, okay, you don't need it in one day. You can wait a week. It's just a symbolic indication. If we have reached such a level in one area, we are reducing red tape and climbing up, doing business index year by year. Another advantage, I would say, is hotspot. Usually politicians say we have unique geographic location. Of course we have. Every country has unique because no other country is above this country. We are having unique location. But this is geopolitical reason because our outer border with Belarus or Russia is border of European Union. It makes major sense. You are in safe area of NATO, European Union, etc. And you have 24 hours on carriage time to Moscow, to St. Petersburg, to Minsk, other destinations. And it works also vice versa. More and more Russian companies want to be present in European Union. Why not to be in best Russian-speaking country of European Union? This is also an advantage. So anyway, hotspot. Innovation tank. We are great innovators. It has to do with our scientific tradition. R&D, Latvia was the center for R&D in former Soviet Union. I will not speak any more about Soviet Union. Usually we speak bad about Soviet heritage, but in innovation area, in scientific area, we were the major center for R&D, for Soviet military, for pharmaceutical. More than 20% of all the pharmaceuticals were developed in our country. So Europe's overachievers, it's about education. I beg your pardon. Everybody alive? Yeah. So this indicator shows student enrollment rate, which is one of the highest in the world. Okay, you see that some areas are shrinking, but this is tiny reduction. So basically, we are very, very good at. And four-corner coverage. This is about special economic zones. 3 of them with all different features. Riga has Freeport, Ventspils specializes on liquid cargoes, Liepāja on the bulk cargoes, Rezekne, direct proximity to Russia, certain advantages and significant tax discounts. We have created a system in the country. This system is organized. We have even Polaris process. That's a process where foreign investors and foreign traders can get hold of Latvian politicians, and this is supervised by our Prime Minister. The lady in the middle is our Prime Minister. Me, myself, I'm on the left side on that picture, so we are, as Lia, secretariat of this dialogue, we have direct access. So this is advantage. As Bill Gates said, not the big ones will be eating small ones, but fast ones are snatching the slow ones. So small country has this privilege. So you can get hold of ministers, hold of prime minister, hold of politicians, and also major CEOs of infrastructure companies. Coming to the end, I just go through some industries to draw your attention what exactly then develops. For instance, metalworking industry has more than 1 billion exports to different countries. We provide parts for John Deere, for a number of automotive companies, also companies from Rezekne like Leaks or LSK or Nuuk. They are world known in their niches, so we are really proud of. Electronics, for instance. Electronics is very, very important. And Axon Cable, for instance, it's a company from Daugavpils, manufactures cables and cable assemblies for automotive. But interesting fact, Axon Cable manufactured cables were used in the first artificial heart transplantation operation. So they also do for medicine. Or Optoelektronika, daughter company of ZVK GmbH Germany, is located exactly in Rezekne. Company produces network technologies and also a very interesting example. Construction companies, construction industry as such is playing more and more important role of establishing new infrastructure, which is necessary. And here a number of companies from Latgal are very active and also successful. This example and this picture I wanted to show, it's very symbolic. We are not anymore major automotive producers. We were producing minivans. Now we are sub-suppliers for automotive sector. But here, major development goes on also in engineering and scientific field. This is first electrically driven car going to rally Paris-Dakar. Even though it is a bit funny and long story why Paris-Dakar is not in Paris and not in Dakar, but Argentina, Chile, they were not allowed anymore to go through Dakar, and they moved there, but they kept the name. So Paris-Dakar in Chile, Latvians are with electrically driven car there, so champions. Food industry, very important, again players from Latgale region. This is least export-oriented because it's so delicious we try to eat everything ourselves. Nevertheless, we export for more than 1 billion, and of course, here are a number of products which are exported typically, dairy products, meat products, also berries. Second largest export product to China, for instance, I know here is embassy from China present, are blackberries, and we export them for millions. Imagine how many houses are built in Latvia every year just because we export blackberries to China. Woodworking field. Woodworking sector is important income source. Imagine country, small country, 2 million population, more than 50% of our territory is covered with forest. Is it big or not? It's bigger than Switzerland, Denmark, Belgium, Netherlands actually. It's like Belgium and Netherlands together, imagine, and half of the territory is covered with high-class wood species. So we need to add more value to export, not only timber, export furniture, plywood, and different products, so we do that. Logistics is very important. I told you about the airport, but of course, railway connection, road connection, ships, ports, this is extremely important. Global business services, a different kind of back offices, it is again very, very important. And why I tell that in Rezekne, even here, for instance, Lat Telecom, for instance, established such a center with 50 employees in Rezekne. So it is, I think, very important to know that highly educated people can do different financial accounting and HR services. So we are proud of having a banking system. The best banks, for instance, internet banks in Russian language are located in Latvia. Why do I show you all this? I provoke, of course, you to enter that question mark. Why not your particular company to be next success story for next year's forum and inspiration mark for Latvians as bringing new energy from different countries of the world. So, welcome to Rezekne. Thank you very much for your attention and looking forward to have a great day today. Thanks again.
Jauka un panākumiem bagāta diena.